Scale, the welterweight ranking, having abdicated his throne in the lightweight division. Duran, known as Mono Steve Piedra, the Hands of Stone, wants his shot at the split welterweight division. He hopes for a matchup with either WBC champion Sugar Ray Leonard, seen here taking the title from Roberto Benitez, or from Pepino Cuevas, the WBA champion, seen here against Harold Weston on a previous Sports World telecast. The 28-year-old Duran has been inconsistent in his attempt for a second division title.
Mike Moravito, counting at the knockdowns, Eddie O'Toole, the attending physician at ringside, Donald Romeo, and the referee is Carlos Padilla. 10 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing, in the red corner, weighing 148 pounds, fighting out of Esmeraldas in Ecuador, he is the Latin American champion, Wellington Wheatley. And in the blue corner, weighing in at 147.5 pounds, the former lightweight champion of the world, now the #1 ranked welterweight. He fights out of Panama City, Panama. Introducing the very popular Roberto Stonehenge Duran. 10 rounds of boxing.
Roberto Duran, 28 years old, out of Panama City, Panama, his 70th pro fight. He's won 69. He's lost one.
You're going to
54 by
you know the rules of
knockout.
boxing. Avoid using any kinds of foul. Don't throw any punches during the break, okay? Seconds come out fight.
And Roberto Duran attempting to prove he can make that transition from 135 to 147 pounds. Of course, a legend as the lightweight champ. He has won 6 straight as a welterweight, although he has not been overly impressive. Wheatley, 25 years old. This is his debut in North America. He is the Latin American welterweight champion.
And we might add, he's never been knocked out, and he's never been off his feet. Wheatley figures to try to figure out how to stay away from Stonehands, but Stonehands has a way of catching him.
Marv Albert and the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, from ringside in Las Vegas. Round 1 scheduled for 10. 3 knockdowns stops the fight. The bell cannot save the fighter. Scoring on a 10-point must. The 3 judges score. The referee does not score. But only the referee can stop the fight. This the biggest payday in the career of Wellington Wheatley, a reported $20,000. And
Wellington just shot a right hand that buckled Roberto. Must have caught him a little off balance, but he has buckled him.
Wheatley not able to connect as Duran moves in.
Wheatley's certainly showing no fear of Roberto, I'll say that. He's standing still for him.
Wheatley's record 17-3-1, but he's won only 7 by knockout.
Good exchange in which Wellington got in a couple of good combinations. Roberto got in his usual sledgehammer hooks.
Wheatley has been claiming that Duran, although he has been his idol, is just another fighter to him, that he's not awed by Duran, but of course that's difficult to believe. Left hand by Wheatley.
Wheatley's exchanging with him.
And a right by Duran. Referee Carlos Padilla.
Wheatley's getting brave and even trying jabs to the body, which is usually disastrous with Roberto Duran. He's certainly not running from him, Marv. He's certainly standing there to fight. Is what he said to us before the fight. He came to fight. He is the Latin American champion. He's never been off his feet, never been knocked out, and he claims he can't feel the punches inside the ring, Marv. I wonder how long that local anesthetic will last when Hands of Stone land some of those bombs.
Of course, Duran has a different point of view on that. Again, a good combination by Wheatley. Final second, round 1, and scheduled for 10. This is round 2. Roberto Duran of the white trunks, Wellington Wheatley out of Ecuador in the red, and Freddie Pacheco. Wellington Wheatley has opened up as he is not in awe of Duran, but of course we're very early.
But usually early is when the fighters run away from Duran, commit a terrible mistake of trying to run away from him. This fighter has not. He's fought intelligently. He stood in front of him. He's jabbing, slipping punches well.
Duran's last bout, January 13th, here in Las Vegas, a 4th round knockout of an overmatched Joseph Sabuga. Sabuga hung in.
Great shots by Duran.
Opening minute, round 2.
Duran is intimidating. He fights with the same intimidation Sonny Liston had, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Wellington.
Does he have the punch as a welterweight that he had as a lightweight?
As a lightweight, he was always frustrated by the... As he had to lose weight, he would get mad and he would get sharp. He hadn't had that same wolf-like intensity they had before.
Oh, right hand. Did not make contact with Wheatley. It just grazed him.
Make no mistake, he tries every minute of every round to get the man out of there. Roberto doesn't know how to go easy. He goes 10 or 15 rounds full speed.
Wellington Wheatley has been given the nickname of Hands of Steel by sports writers, a nickname that he does not appreciate.
Wheatley should have called him Chin of Steel if he's never been there.
Wheatley has felt the sports writers were poking at him in relation to the Roberto Duran legend.
Well, he felt that he is a full man, and he's come to fight as hard as any man can. He's a Latin American champion, very, very aware of that and his position.
30 seconds left, round 2 from Las Vegas, Nevada. Left hand by Duran. Right hand, and Wheatley's down. Roberto Duran putting Wellington Wheatley down for the first time in his career. Wheatley says he is all right for the final seconds, round 2. Back in Las Vegas, Marv Albert, Dr. Freddie Pacheco, the fight doctor and NBC's boxing consultant. Wellington Wheatley was put down in the second round by a strong right hand by Roberto Duran. Wheatley in the red, Duran in the white.
Well, the monster is loose again, and it looks like he's on the trail of the welterweight ground. He certainly is a devastating fighter when he puts it together, Mark.
Another right did not make contact. And Wheatley slipped into the corner.
Wheatley's laying it all out. He figures he has been down, and he's got to make it up, which is a mistake when he goes in with Roberto Duran. Duran can finish it with one punch.
Duran is always a master of the head feints and the shoulder feints, and he has Wheatley ducking before he throws punches. Left hand by Duran.
Another hook, another right hand.
And again, Wheatley in trouble. The referee, Carlos Padilla, breaking him. We approach the halfway mark, round 3. Duran scoring to the body.
Duran's body shots take so much out of him. Body shot, that's enough to knock you down.
Wheatley is helpless off that flurry.
Duran is a wolf. He's getting lean and mean now. The more he fights as a welterweight, the better he gets.
And as always, Duran will throw everything at his opponent in the ring. He caught Wheatley in the second round with the right hand. Wheatley slipping the left hook in there.
Wheatley's not giving up. He's throwing everything he's got. He's doing the best he can, and it's not too bad right now. To keep Duran at bay after you've been down is really something. His blood comes up and he goes for the kill.
30 seconds left, third round.
Okay, break it up.
Ataque. Paso regular, paso regular.
Tremendous right hand counter by Duran. Caught Wellington coming in, but he's taking the punch well. You see Duran's eyes is getting narrower and narrower.
And we're in the closing seconds of the third round. 4 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Roberto Duran in the white, Wellington Wheatley in the red. Wheatley's record at 17-3-1, and we mentioned only 7 by knockout. He's been throwing punches, but obviously does not have the devastating punch.
That was a slip. That was a slip. That was a slip. He doesn't have the devastating punch, but he certainly has got the devastating chin. He has been taking some shots that any lesser lightweight would have been gone by now. And the body shots. Well, would you say that Duran is successfully getting by his crossroad here? He's got a crossroad from the lightweights into the welterweights. He's certainly making it.
Trying to make it 7 straight as a welterweight. And trying to silence some of the critics who have been writing that he has not been impressive as a welterweight.
It's relentless. He just keeps coming, keeps coming. I must say, give Wellington some credit. He keeps fighting back.
And we're midway through round 4. Scheduled for 2. Duran put Wheatley down in the second round with a strong right hand. But Wheatley able to regroup in the final seconds.
Few people regroup from a Duran knockdown. You have to give him credit. He's taking some very, very strong body shots, and he's being hit by every hook.
Dave Purdy, in any fight where Roberto Duran is involved, the referee certainly earns his money.
It's a good one, too. Padilla's a great referee. He's heating up. Can you see his eyes? He's just stoking up like a furnace. He just keeps getting narrower and closer to a wolf-like look with his face.
He has those angry eyes that we touched upon earlier. 20 seconds left. Round 4.
No holding.
Combination by Wheatley as this 4th round concludes. Roberto Duran out of Panama City, Panama. The man they call the Hands of Stone.
Okay.
A man who dominated the lightweight division from 1972 until he gave up the title early in 79.
And working in his corner, the great corner man, Freddie Brown, Ray Arcel.
Okay.
Here is round 5 as we look at the Acorn. As called by Muhammad Ali, that's heavyweight Ernie Shavers here at ringside. Watching Roberto Duran and Wellington Wheatley.
Roberto's got a sensational corner. We started to say Nestor Quinones works in the corner with Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown, and they're really responsible for the pace of the fight. He listens to everything they say, and he judges himself accordingly. Well, I must say George Canner and Jerry Vandermark and Hank Rayling have done a good job of Wellington.
That was a slip.
Wellington's right in his face. He is right in his face. He will not stop.
Oh, no holding, no holding.
There's middleweight champion Vito Antifrimo.
Popular and wonderful fighter.
Step back, step back.
Now they're butting heads quite a bit, and this could be very dangerous for Roberto, because if there's one way Roberto can win this fight, it's on lose this fight, it's on a cut, which would be disastrous in his way to the title.
Good right hand by Duran. There were many people who thought, Freddie, that this fight would not last 5 rounds.
Oh, absolutely. You can never tell in a fight when you get a guy of the caliber of Wellington Wheatley. He's ranked number 7. He got that way somewhere. He's the champion of Latin America. He got that way somewhere. So here he is in front of Roberto, and he's taking everything Roberto's given. That's quite a lot of credit.
On the other hand, Duran can't be satisfied.
You're right. Duran should be very dissatisfied at this point, because he had him down, and normally he should have finished him off the next round. So far, his welterweight record has not been spectacular as his lightweight with knockouts as he feels his way around the welterweights. It could be that he doesn't punch that hard. Could be that the bigger guys take a punch better.
Half minute left, round 5. Good left hand by Duran, then goes to the body. And another left, planted by Roberto Duran.
And Wellington came up with an uppercut from just grazed Roberto, which could have been very dangerous. He's in trouble. Wheatley just got hurt coming out of that exchange and went into the ropes in trouble. He's in trouble.
He's gone down. Final seconds of the round.
That's a lot of points.
Able to get up, but the round has concluded.
Okay.
Now, there's the bell. We did receive the indication that the round was over, although the bell seemed to be delayed.
And that was greatly controversial. First a low blow, and then repeated blows to the back of the head by Duran. He was holding his hand and hitting him in the back of the head, which is a foul and can be disqualified for. Another way that you can lose this fight.
Get the bucket sauce.
Wellington Wheatley going down for the second time.
Steady, no get.
In the final seconds of round 5. There's Wheatley all the way down. And it's on to round 6. Back line. So Wheatley went down in the second, and then at number 5 and in trouble at the end of the round. Remember, the bell cannot save the fighter. But Wheatley was able to get up.
Roberto's really putting on the gas now. He's really stepping on the gas. He wants to finish this off. He wants to go home. Wheatley's not having any of it. He's still coming back.
Okay, bring it up. Bring it up. Oh, good right hand and a great combination. Wheatley is down. And that may be it. Roberto Duran with a tremendous combination has ended it. Wellington Wheatley taken out in round 6. It is all over. Roberto Duran has won his 7th straight as a welterweight. Wheatley going down for the 3rd time, and this time for keeps.
And it's a devastating series of blows, as you will see. The Duran lands, and this is a prime Duran, Marv. This is a Duran of the lightweights. These combinations that come like a summer storm just keep hitting. Left hook, right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook, and down he goes. Not many people could take that barrage, Marv.
So Wellington Wheatley making his debut in North America was able to hang in after he took a blistering right hand in the second, but taken out right here in round 6.
These series of combinations, he could have stopped any time along that series and Wellington would have gone. Wellington's off. He's through. He's finished. No sense in counting. He put up a good fight, but you resist that.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton. Welcome once again to the CBS Sports Spectacular. We are live here at the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky for today's scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout in which Greg Page, who has not been tested, will get his most severe test since he has turned professional. And it's an interesting story because he is fighting George Chaplin, who's a very busy man indeed. Chaplin's story is interesting because he came to boxing late. He is 29 years old. He has a phys ed degree from Morgan State and works as an orthopedic technician at Lutheran Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland. We have today the classic boxer-puncher confrontation. Now, you know the heavyweight picture. Larry Holmes, of course, is the king. Mike Weaver won in an upset. There are a lot of fighters that are angling to get a title shot. But if you look at the future of the heavyweights, they rest with many impressive young fighters. And you'd have to say that Greg Page leads the spotlight with the young fighters, and Chaplin wants a piece of the action this afternoon. His professional career was launched here in Louisville against a fighter named Don Martin. It was hardly an impressive beginning for Page, despite his knockout victory here in the second round. Page said he was surprised he didn't get more of a battle from a foe who had experience but didn't show it. Still, it set the trend for practically all of Page's early career bouts, easy victories against outclass opponents. Greg followed that beginning with 3 knockouts and a TKO. And this was Page's 6th pro fight in Bloomington, Minnesota against one James Reed. This was designed to test the speed of the young Louisville heavyweight against a boxer with purported quick movement. But Page, who weighed 230 pounds for this one, about 12 more than for his pro debut, was much too fast for Reed, and the fight ended in a first-round TKO, and Page was also at the same time establishing a showboat style. 2 more victories by TKO in the opening round and a 3rd-round knockout in February of this year. And now Page's last outing, like the others, almost a disgraceful matchup. The victim this time, a fellow named Clayman Sandman Parker in Las Vegas. Page says he was looking to test his endurance, but it was an obvious mismatch in every way, shape, and form, and Page chalked up an easy first-round knockout. He was unbeaten, yes, looking awesome at times, and unquestionably a superb prospect. But the questions persist, and I put them squarely to Page. Well, they call him flamboyant, a showboat. Tell me what he has and what he needs, if anything.
Well, you can see he makes these fighters do anything he wants them to do. He's very, very relaxed in there. He can hit this guy anytime he wants to. There he goes. He's just playing. He enjoys himself in the ring. He's had all those amateur fights, plenty of experience, knows where he is every second he's in that ring, and that makes a great fighter.
He's big, he is quick, and he can punch with either hand, and that automatically makes him tough. Now let's take a look at George Chaplin and his TKO victory over Dwayne Bobbick. He is a boxer. What must he do today to survive against Page?
Well, if I was in Chaplin's corner, I'd have him try to be a little careful those first 5 rounds, try to wear Greg Page out, and then come on in the later rounds to win the fight. He's a good boxer. He's been over the 10-round course a few times, got some win over good fighters, Dwayne Bobbick, Larry Alexander, and Mike Korenicki. He does have some credentials.
And the 2 fighters have been introduced. They're going to the center of the ring right now. The referee is Lamar Lott. The rules are governed by the Kentucky State Athletic Commission. And let's listen to the instructions in the middle of the ring.
Round number 1.
All right, gentlemen. Craig and George, you both had your instructions earlier. I just want to emphasize a couple of things here. We talked about the head on the inside. Be especially careful with that. Be careful on the breakaway with your thumbs and elbows. When I say break, I expect you both to break back clean. I'm here to enforce those rules. Are there any questions?
Mandatory 8 count.
No, sir. No, sir. There's no 8 count. No mandatory 8 counts. Any other questions?
All right, we have a 10-point must system in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is also in effect. As you heard, no mandatory 8 count. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell here in Kentucky, even in the final round. 2 ringside officials and referee Lamar Lott will score the fight. Scheduled to go 10 rounds or less here in Louisville, round 1. Greg Page in the white trunks and George Chaplin in the dark or blue trunks. Page coming in weighing 226 3/4 and Chaplin at 216. They're both about 6'2", 6'2 and a half. years younger than Chaplin from Louisville. 6 knockouts among his 9 victories. Chaplin only has 3 KOs among his 15 triumphs as a pro.
That Page is a dandy. He was strutting already. Very, very comfortable in the ring, Page.
Chaplin, a smart fighter, and he's also in good condition as he gets hit with a left. He runs 5 miles, works at the hospital, and then he trains at night. So he has to be dedicated, Gil.
Yes, oh, he's a good athlete, dedicated fighter. Started late. That's why at 29 years of age, he's only had 16 fights, 16, 17 fights.
Seems like he has a quick jab.
Stop punch. We want him in the wrestling, George.
Chaplin has to rely on that quick jab.
Yes, he does. He hasn't been using it much this round. I'm surprised. Standing there posing.
George, the hold. Break, clean. Stop.
Page's last fight, he took out Sandman Parker in the first round in a horrible mismatch. And for a big guy, he's kind of lithe and agile on his feet.
All right, break clean. Come on.
Chaplin is showing him a lot of respect. We said he had a hold, grab, try to get the fight into the 6th round. But I think he should show a little more offense. You can't let the other fella do anything he wants to do.
Round 1 scheduled for 10. Greg Page in the white trunks. 9-0. Chaplin has been more of a counter puncher.
Hold him, George.
Prides himself on being a master boxer out there, but as you say, he's got to score with his punches.
Amateurish moves by Page that time.
No punches of any consequence thus far in round 1. As a left combination hits squarely on Chaplin's jaw. He's been floored only once. He was knocked down in a victory over Larry Alexander last December or September.
That's no disgrace. Larry Alexander can hit hard enough to knock anybody down if he hits him right. He's a good puncher.
Final seconds in round 1. Page and Chaplin scheduled for 10. Round 2 here in Louisville. Greg Page and George Chaplin. Chaplin never put a glove on until 74 when he was 23 years of age. He turned pro at 76. Page going after him a little more aggressively this round.
Page came out bombing this round. He said he had something special for Chaplin. He was going to show us this afternoon. Let's see what happens.
Page has a strong jab, but then comes in with a powerful right. Chaplin has never fought a fighter like Greg before. To Chaplin's credit, he's not backing away.
There aren't too many fighters like Greg Page, to tell you the truth. He's got his own style.
Don't punch, hold, break. Get back clean. Clean break. Thank you.
Chaplin almost slipped on the canvas.
All right, break. Come out clean now. All the way.
Chaplin's big victory, a TKO in the 7th round over Dwayne Bobbick last July. Thought that was going to be the stepping stone. It wasn't. And in many ways, he's taking a risk going in the ring against Page today.
This business is all risk. You have to have a winner and a loser in every match. It's a risk for Page, it's a risk for Chaplin. That's what makes boxing.
Sneaky left by Chaplin. Good right to the body by Chaplin. And now he immediately ties up Page, which is obviously some of his strategy.
Page has a slight cut underneath his left eye. So far, Chaplin is effectively making him miss. That's what boxing is all about. Make the other fella miss and then make him pay.
Well, Chaplin has good lateral movement. He's not a stationary target.
All right, break.
Chaplin's getting through with the jab. As you said, he opened up a cut below the left eye of Greg Page, and the experience here is shown out in this round, I think. Page missing.
Interestingly enough, we're only in the second round, and Page has his mouth open away. That open already. That could be a sign that he's getting tired, but I can't see a fighter.
They caught us by surprise, and for good reason. That was not a full 3-minute round. They rang the bell after 2.5 minutes. Gil?
Well, I guess the timekeeper misread his watch. What else could it be?
Well, we won't be on next week because of the Masters Golf Tournament, but in 2 weeks we have a heavyweight doubleheader from 2 different continents. Michael Dotes and Asia Casio. Dotes, unbeaten young heavyweight. And from South Africa, Hedi Kotsi and Mike Korenicki will tell you more about it. Round number 3, Chaplin looked good in round 2, Gil.
Yes, he did. That left jab was strong. He was making Page miss.
Chaplin with open glove defense, getting away from Page, who's pressing the attack here.
Well, Chaplin keeps moving that head pretty good. Page has to go to the body. Got to bang him in the body, slow him up.
Left jab gets through by Chaplin. You wonder whether Page may get frustrated with this.
Well, he's missing an awful lot of punches.
They worked on the cut under his left eye, which Chaplin opened up in round 2. Feints a right.
But they're slipping in that ring like it's an ice pond. That's not good for either fighter.
Twice now, Chaplin has almost fallen down in a slip. Chaplin trying to work at Page's body right now. Perhaps more punches than connected punches.
Come on, clean now.
Page looked at his corner for instructions. Now, for a fellow with all the fights he's had, he shouldn't need any help between rounds.
Page is
3 more punches. He's missing.
Totally inside, and he has Chaplin against the ropes and can't do a thing with him. Chaplin covers up effectively. They had a broken clock, and that's the reason why round 2 only went 2.5 minutes. Round 3 of the scheduled 10-rounder. Minute to go in the 3rd.
Chaplin is fighting an almost completely defensive fight at this point.
Don't punch, come out.
Of course, you said at the outset he'd like this fight to go on, and maybe he'll change that strategy and go more to the attack once we get to 5 or 6.
Well, we saw that in the Weaver-Tate fight recently. It looked like it was one-sided, but Tate was running out of gas. Can't do that in that ring.
So you see less than a half a minute remaining in round 3. Chaplin, a very smart fighter thus far, and connects with a good jab there to Page. Page has missed most of his punches, even when he has had Chaplin against the ropes inside. Final seconds of round number 3. And Page thus far may be a bit confused in this first. Round 4, and the orthopedic technician from Baltimore, George Chaplin. The boxer against the puncher so far has a slight edge, and he's opened up a cut under the left eye of Page, and also redness under the right eye now of Gregg, who's undefeated coming into this one. Highly regarded. On the CBS Sports Spectacular, Dick Stockton and Gil Clancy.
What's it, camera?
Chaplin hasn't thrown any really strong or hard punches so far, but he's scored more than Page.
Well, he has that quick jab. He snaps it in there. Now Page got a good jab in.
This is with a right cross, does Page.
Up to this point, Page has almost completely ignored body punching, and that's what he has to do with somebody that keeps moving their head the way Chaplin does. Got to punch to the body. The body doesn't move.
Chaplin won all of his 6 fights last year. The TKO of Bobbick, decision over Larry Alexander, another decision over Wendell Bailey.
Good left hook by Page, and then he winked at us after he got hit with it. How do you like that?
He's shaking his head. He says, "You're not hurting me." He's a showboat. And that's his style. We're in round number 4, scheduled for 10. Greg Page with his back to you in the white trunks against George Chaplin, who gives up 10 pounds in this fight. Chaplin is 8 years older than Greg.
That could be a significant factor. You know, Greg Page is still growing. He hasn't completely matured. That's why he has that baby fat on him now. Another 3 or 4 years, he's going to be an imposing physical specimen.
Chaplin sliding again and almost slipped off his feet. You're right, Greg is not going to the body when he has him against the ropes, and he could.
That's right. Chaplin just keeps moving that head, slips the punches. The body doesn't move. It doesn't move at all.
All right, break him out. Clean now.
Minute to go in round number 4.
Good right hand over a jab by Chaplin. Classic move.
This is with a wild left. Hasn't missed too many. He's avoided most of Page's artillery. Be interesting to see what happens after this, because we're going into the 5th round, and that is something Page hasn't seen as a pro. Half a minute remaining in the 4th round. Good left by Page. But he hasn't been able to sustain. A lot of dancing and movement by Greg. Good left by Chaplin. Combination by Page is best thus far in the fight. Final seconds of round 4. 25th consecutive year of CBS covering the Masters, and you'll see it all next week right here. Ready for round number 5, and of course I think that Chaplin's strategy has been to get to this point on his feet, and he's been that way.
Chaplin has a handicap. He's been slipping all over that ring. He has different type of boxing shoes than Page, and he's really been slipping.
Page is going after Chaplin now.
Well, he put one good left hook to the body, but he missed all the other punches.
Misses an uppercut.
He's missed.
He misses another left.
Landed 1 out of approximately 10 punches, and it was a good left hook to the body.
Chaplin wants this fight to go as far as it can. He feels that stamina, endurance is on his side. Although he doesn't have nearly the punch of Page, who has missed with most of his thus far.
You know, Chaplin would like it to go as far as it can unless he knocks Page out. He'd like to get out of there right now.
Page's 9 wins in 9 fights, 6 by knockout, 3 by TKO.
Oh, that body is wide open. That body doesn't move, and Greg just keeps reaching for the head.
Good combination of right and a left by Page. And this is the best he's looked. Chaplin trying to duck and slip away. Trying to cover up as best he can. Crowd here in Louisville, obviously, for Greg Page, as he's really peppering Chaplin right now. And we'll see what kind of effect it's had on him.
They're taking a lot out of him. He threw a lot of punches.
We want to tell the stations along the CBS network that we will take a station break following this round 5.
Chaplin has to punch back now. He has to have Page respect him again.
Attempting to right there. It's one thing to last. The other thing is to score yourself. And he may be a little tired here after that flurry as he missed with the right.
That's right. Threw a lot of punches. A lot of punches.
The scheduled 10-rounder, Greg Page, 226 3/4, George Chaplin, 216, with only 1 loss in 17 pro fights. Minute to go in the 5th round. Station break coming up. This has been Page's most impressive round of the fight.
I don't know why Chaplin doesn't show more of an offense.
Here's a combination inside, and now they're going at it. And Chaplin came alive momentarily against the ropes.
Well, he has to stay alive now.
Flicking away some of those punches effectively is Chaplin. Half a minute remaining in the 5th round. Live from Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky. And Page was not able to score there.
Yeah, but he's imposing his will on Chaplin right now. He's the boss.
Final seconds of round number 5. We'll return to Louisville, Kentucky after this word from your local station. It the United States, or the Western Hemisphere, we should say, and Hedy Coetzee and Mike Korenicki from South Africa. Solid left by Page.
Chaplin has changed his style. He's going right at Tate now. They must have told him in a corner, just go out and go after him, because he's walking right into him. You watch, he'll come right after him again.
And Lamar Lott warns Chaplin for a low blow there.
But you'll see he's coming after Tate now. He's walking in. At least he's trying to walk in.
And he should work on his body. Chaplin should work on Page's body.
Well, that's right, Dick. Kill that body and the head dies by itself. But we said before the fight that Chaplin wanted to get into the 6th round. Apparently that's his corner strategy too, because he came out forcing the action.
A left got through there by Chaplin. Trying to work on Page's body there, and perhaps tiring out the 21-year-old from Louisville, undefeated.
It's a war now. They must have given Chaplin some talking to in that corner, because he's a different fighter. Whether he'll win or lose, he could hit on a chin, but he's fighting a different fight now.
He's been knocked out only once in his pro career. Never been taken out. He knows that he can get right into the spotlight with a victory over Greg Page, and Page himself feels it wouldn't be that long to get a title shot the way the heavyweight division stands right now.
Good body shot by Page. Finally he's going to that body.
Chaplin came back with a left and misses with a right.
Look at what that one body shot did. Set him up for everything else.
The right by Page, and now Page has hurt Chaplin. Chaplin seems to be a bit hurt with a minute to go in round number 6 as he covers up. The body punch and then the right to the head. And Chaplin looks like the wind is out of his sails.
They're both tired right now. It's like an amateur fight now. It's when Page excels.
Round 6. The action is furious, and the fans here at Louisville Gardens on their feet, including the Louisville National Championship basketball team on hand here today.
Page is tired. He just got hit with a big left hook.
Anybody could go in this fight, Gil.
That's right. It's kind of fight it is right now.
Less than a half a minute remaining in round 6. You can expect anything from here on in.
Well, they wanted a test for Page. They got it today.
What's your hand on the inside?
10 seconds remaining in round 6.
Big left hook.
And we'll be back in just a moment with round 7. Clancy said Greg Page is getting the test, and here is one of the flurries that we've seen, the good left and the right, but Chaplin obviously changing his strategy starting with that 6th round.
That's right. He walked right in from the beginning of the 6th round. He's made a war out of this fight. He's gambling. He knows his future's at stake. Anything can happen now.
And this is a close fight on points, you'd have to say.
Yes, it is. It's up for grabs.
Round number 7 about to begin. Don't forget, Greg Page, undefeated as a pro, wants a shot at the heavyweight title, and George Chaplin, who started fighting when he was 23.
Chaplin's walking in again. He already landed a heavy left hook.
Both fighters started to get tired in that 6th round.
Well, you get to a point in a fight like this, whoever wants to win more can win the fight.
All right, let's go.
That's the way it gets.
Well, as an amateur, Page showed a lot of heart when he was in trouble.
Yes, he did. That's his reputation.
Chaplin on the left in the dark trunks, and Greg Page in the white trunks on the right. You're seeing this action of heavyweights on the CBS Sports Spectacular. But in 2 weeks, we'll have 2 heavyweight fights for you. Page continues to eschew body punches. He's going for the head. Fighters seem to be resting a bit during the 7th round.
Well, that pace was a tremendous pace. This has become a war, though. They're hurting each other.
Page's corner is exhorting him to go to the body, and now he starts to go a bit to Chaplin's body. But keep in mind, this is a man, George Chaplin, in excellent condition. But
good combination. Best combination of the fight by Page. He landed all 6 of those punches. There's another good shot to the
right
body.
To the body and a left.
Now they're finally telling him, work that body, work that body.
And every once in a while he'll come up to the head. Both fighters are weary, but Page is definitely getting in the telling blows in this round.
And now Chaplin has a nosebleed. Chaplin's not going to quit, though. He's going to have to get knocked out. He's determined.
He's gotten this far. He's not going to back down. He's game as he goes after Page now.
Page is dead tired.
Yes, he is. It's a battle of survival in essence here as we're in round number 7. Minute to go in round 7.
Two tired warriors. Oh, if Page could only skip back now and rip one right hand underneath and a left hook on his chin, I think it would be all over, but just doesn't have the energy.
And it is more likely that that would happen than Chaplin putting down Page, because Chaplin has not really shown a hard punch. And
Page is talking. He's talking while he's throwing punches. Now he's going bap, 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 trying to help his rhythm.
Half a minute remaining, round number 7, scheduled for 10.
Break! Come out. No off.
Chaplin's strategy at the outset to last, hang on there to the 5th and 6th rounds, then take to the offense, but he's kind of weary and hasn't been able to do it here.
That's your trading punches now.
Final seconds, round 7.
Oh, don't punch now, come on.
A lot of effort and action in this heavyweight battle from Louisville. And in 2 weeks, you'll be able to see Michael Dokes, another unbeaten young heavyweight, and our other fight from South Africa, Hedi Kotsia, who knocked out Leon Spinks in the first round against Mike Koranicki, aggressive, tough puncher. But now we're looking at Greg Page, who has not gone this distance as a professional and has his hands full, Gil.
Yes, he does. This is a tough, tough fight. It's a war of attrition. Early in the round, you have to watch for either guy to land a Sunday punch, because that's when they have the energy.
Chaplin.
Page is laying on him now.
Chaplin had his nose bloodied in round number 7. Earlier in the fight, Chaplin opened up a cut under the left eye of Page. But Chaplin has come out and trying to do what he can, although he's admittedly not a hard puncher.
Yeah, but those taps add up. He's one of these guys, last tag. You hit me, I hit you.
Well, I think he's won many of these rounds so far.
This fight against still up for grabs.
Chaplin misses with the left. Hayes.
Two weary athletes right now, both tired.
Well, this is a test for Greg Page, no matter how this comes out. No question.
Keep him up there. Keep him up.
Well, I tell you, if he wins the fight, it's going to be great experience for him. It's going to make him a better fighter. These young heavyweights, they need to fight. They need to fight these kind of fights.
Page connected with a left, but that didn't seem to mar Chaplin much. Here's a solid left by Page. Snapped Chaplin's head back, and he was hurt there.
Yeah, but did you notice he was smart? He went low and moved right in.
Uppercut now by Page, but Chaplin has fought an intelligent fight. Both fighters are exhausted.
He's hurt now. Now he's hurt.
This could be the beginning. Can Page take advantage? That's the question right here in round 8.
He's missed. He better land one.
The nose is bloodied, and Page is trying to finish him.
Chaplin has to punch back. If he doesn't punch back, they'll stop the fight.
Chaplin has not thrown a punch in the last, say, 30 seconds or so, and he's being hit, and he is on his way out. He's on his way out at this point.
He throws one big punch, he can get back in the fight, though, Dick. That's all. And he tried it.
He tried
That's all
it,
it takes is one big one. But they're both tired.
Less than a minute to go in round number 8. Page trying to end Chaplin right here.
Hey,
and a combination,
right hand.
and he's on his way. He may be on his way, but Chaplin comes back.
These kind of fights, one punch changes everything around.
Page missed with 2 before he connected with a left to the chin. Half a minute remaining in the 8th round.
Come out there now, thank you. Let's go.
Big round for Page, though, big round. Missed again. 3 jabs by Chaplin, good jabs, stiff ones.
The nose and the mouth bloody now, Chaplin, but amazingly he hangs in there.
There we go, you see what I'm talking about, Dick? Punch back and you get back in the fight.
Well, that's what Mike Weaver did to John Tate. Final seconds of round number 8 in a bruiser.
Watch your head in there now, George.
Chaplin's nose was bloodied in that round number 8, but Gil, as we take a look at Page's impressive flurry there, you got to give Chaplin credit for just staying on his feet.
Well, that first one missed. Slid it there, a good right hand underneath, and a good left hook right on the button.
Seconds out now.
And another good left hook underneath. Those body punches mean more than the head punches at this stage in a fight. He has no air left anyhow. You knock a little bit out of him, he's ready to go.
Chaplin has been in excellent condition coming out round 9 as Page misses an uppercut.
Chaplin looked discouraged in his corner. He was shaking his head, said, "My God, what do I have to do to win the fight?"
Break clean. Get your head out of there. Come on, George. Get your head out. All right, let's go.
Chaplin to this point has lacked really the big punch to get back into it. He's trying, but he's not connecting, and there's a combination. Didn't hurt Page much.
Don't wait,
You don't see any more of those fancy moves out of Page now.
No, you don't.
No showboating.
It's a new ball game.
Flat-footed now, right? Now he's learning what professional boxing's all about. He's in the 9th round of a tough fight.
Page has come on the last round with a very impressive 8th round after Chaplin had done well in the middle rounds.
All right, right here.
Lamar Lott, the referee. Chaplin, 29 from Baltimore. Page, 21 from Louisville.
Page is throwing that uppercut, that right-hand uppercut. The counter is the left hook. If he gets caught with the left hook throwing that punch, he's going to fall down.
See what Chaplin does with Page against the ropes if he can take advantage here. Goes to the body, right uppercut to Page. Another uppercut by Chaplin.
And a good left hook by Chaplin. And another uppercut.
He's come back. He looked like he was off his feet last round, but he hangs in there. Round 9, scheduled for 10. A lot of punches thrown. They missed early, but they've been connecting the last 3.
Well, Page tried to flurry his way out of there and missed 4 or 5 consecutive punches.
Chaplin seems to have been a bit revived here in this round.
Yes, he's having a good round so far. We say in a fight like this, we say so far because it can go back and forth at any time.
You're laying your head right in there, George. Break it up.
Minute to go in round 9.
You know, when a fighter is tired like this, so you can hit him with good stiff jabs. Top fighter's tired, he can't get out of the way of a jab.
Chaplin has regained a lot of his poise and energy in this round, and he has carried Page so far in this 9th round.
Good round for Chaplin thus far. Page is a smart fighter, though. He's as tired as he is. He's relaxed. He looks at the other fella. He knows where he is.
Oh, hey! Pick him up, George.
Another low blow warning by referee Lott.
Oh, there was a
good right hand.
Right hand underneath. You're right. The right hand underneath.
Chaplin using uppercuts inside. Anything could happen in this one. If they go to the 10th, it'll be decided there.
That's right.
Left hand by Chaplin scored as we have the final seconds ticking off in round number 9.
Look at Page telegraphed that right.
Wiping away the tears. She's been crying, and she is watching her son in the ring getting the test of a lifetime, of his young lifetime as a pro. The 10th and final round. Who thought it would go this far?
Look at Greg Pomano. Got hit with 2 left hooks and threw a right hand with some snap. I haven't seen any snap out of him all last round. But he's tired. Now he's dancing. Look at this.
Chaplin going after Page, however. Combination as Chaplin misses with a wild left. It could all be decided here. Probably will be. 10th round here in Louisville. Page trying to remain unbeaten in advance. Chaplin looking for recognition. They both are.
Great, George. Now this time you step back. All right, let's go.
They both look like they've been in a fight. Page's mark, Chaplin's mark.
This has been a trench war from the middle rounds on here in Louisville. A left by Chaplin.
Solid punches by Chaplin.
Chaplin again with combinations. Not the knockout.
Good right hand by Page and another.
Oh, right. Break clean now.
Oh, when a fighter's tired like this, is he subject to a jab? Either fighter now can win the fight or win the next 2 minutes with a good snappy jab. But naturally, they forget it. They're just warring right now.
Survival is not the point now. They want to finish the other guy off. They've lasted this long. Page never went this far before, and Chaplin has. But he needs to score punches with a minute to go in the 10th and final round.
Well, something still has to happen. I wouldn't want to be scoring this fight.
Punch here. Break. Let's go.
Chaplin looked like he was out earlier, came back. Page looked like he was jarred, and he's come back. And the war in the 10th round. 2 bruising fighters.
break. Let's break them out. Come on out clean. Thank you.
Well, here's the last hurrah now, Dick.
And Page exchanging punches with Chaplin with a combination to the body. And Page is
Well, he doesn't
exhausted.
look like a fancy damn warrior now, but he's showing he has a lot of heart.
Less than a half a minute to go in the fight. And an action-packed fight it has been. With the decision up in the air. Right uppercut by
They're both
Chaplin.
content to stay like that because neither fighter can hardly stand. They like to lay on each other now and punch.
10 seconds remaining in the final round.
Good left hook by Chaplin.
And Chaplin, who was wearied in the 8th round, came on strong here in the 9th and 10th round, and the people got their money's worth as the fight is over. Greg Page, who never had to go beyond 4 rounds, has gone the distance with Chaplin, and we'll be back with the decision and an interview when we return to Louisville Gardens in just a moment. We're back here in Louisville awaiting the decision of a tremendous fight, Gil Clancy, as Greg Page got the test of his life, and George Chaplin, 29 years old, showed what he could do. He followed his strategy well.
Yes, he certainly did. We figured he was he was going to move away for 5 rounds, and he did. Killed time and came back in those last 5 rounds and changed his strategy and bruised Greg Page pretty good.
All right.
The 2 judges and the referee, the judges Philip Schultz and Kenny Pastor, the referee Lamar Lott. Don't forget, 10-point must system in effect here in Louisville. And whatever the decision, I think that we're going to see more of Chaplin. We know we're going to see Page.
Yes, we're going to see Page, and we should see Chaplin. You know, for a fight like this for Greg Page, whether he wins or loses, is going to make a better fighter out of him. He's only 21 years of age. Has plenty of time.
Well, he told us yesterday, Gil, he says, I learned more from the quick knockouts. Let's go up.
Judge Kenny Pastor scores it 99 to Page, 96 Chaplin. The referee, Lamar Lott, scores 99 Page, 94 Chaplin. The winner, Greg Page.
Greg Page is the winner, and he has taken his 10th straight triumph in a decision. Lamar Lott, the referee, voted at 99-94. Kenny Pastor, one of the judges, 99-96, and I think the other judge voted a draw.
Called it a draw, that's correct.
So a decision and a victory for Greg Page. We're going to talk to both fighters when we come back, and we'll find out what these 2 game warriors have to say about their battle today. So we'll be back in Louisville in just a moment.